Amen to that. Amen to that. So yeah, if if you're having any struggles with coming out, or you need someone to talk to, we're here. I know it seems like we bullshit a lot, and we laugh and we joke and everything, but it's also, if you also want to come to us for support or guidance, we're here because we can do that too now. Okay. So if you don't have anyone to talk to, you can email us, you can tweet us, whatever the case may be, and we will be your supporting rock. So
And
just throwing that out there if anyone has, any, needs to vent,
And if
or,
you want to hear our
have
coming
any
out
advice or anything of that
stories,
nature.
if you want to hear our coming out stories, you can go back to the archives from 2005 and listen to our shows, and you'll find out what happened to us when we came out. So go there, Spreaker.com or GAYXYZ.com, and look for the show archives there.
Yes, all that, and listen. You can listen to our other shows as well. Anything that you may have missed. Um, so moving on. Also speaking of gay, and gay rights and coming out and that type of thing. Um, they supposedly there's a cure for HIV. I heard something a little bit about this online, and I kind of skimmed over it, and I
Do you
did it while I
think
was at work,
thing is a
so I really couldn't thoroughly look into it, but. Donovan, can you kind of explain that? Do you have the details?
Yeah, it's not that they haven't well, they believe that they found a cure for curing HIV. Okay, so they believe that they found a cure for it. A British man who has shown that he may be cured could be the first person in the world to be cured of HIV using a new therapy that they designed to eradicate the virus. And what it does is it literally goes in, and not only does it, get rid of the virus, but it prevents the virus from ever replicating again. So once it destroys it, it completely destroys it. And there's no sign of the virus in the body of this person or these people that they've tested it on anymore after years of testing. And so I think it's really promising. And they basically bounce back to normal, and there's no sign that they ever had HIV or AIDS. So I think that's amazing and wonderful, and hopefully it turns out to be, that it does happen. And they said it will be like 4 years before it actually gets to market because of the testing and the FDA and the other, bureaucracies around the world, if it actually proves to be real, which it says it is. So anyway, let's hope that it's real. I mean, that would really help not only gay people, of course, who have HIV, but everyone in the world and other countries that are like Africa and other countries in Africa, I mean, that actually have HIV to a large extent and save their
Right.
lives. So I think it'd be amazing and really change the world in a lot of ways. So I just think it's a great, great story. Hope it happens.
It is, and so I hope they continue with the research, and hopefully it can become mainstream, and the FDA can approve this cure that they have, so it could be cure everyone all over the world, and the areas like you said, Africa, where it's more um a little bit more,
Prevalent.
what's the word yes, thank you, prevalent over there. So
Prevalent.
kudos to them for possibly finding a cure, and I'm definitely going to be following up with this, and definitely keep my eyes and ears to the media and see
But let
what's
me
going
ask you
on from
guys a
there.
question, though. Let's say that they find a cure for HIV/AIDS, and they find the cure. Is that going to change since you guys are like out in, like single gals? All right, is that gonna change?
We're single ladies.
Is
We're
that
single
gonna,
ladies.
right? Is that going to change your sexual protection habits? Meaning, we're going to use condoms all the time, or you're not going to use condoms anymore, or what?
No, I mean, I think regardless of any medicine or that kind of thing, it's always important to take care of yourself. It's kind of like if you think about like syphilis or gonorrhea or like any of these sexually transmitted diseases, like people still use protection even though there are cures and medications for STDs, because like why would you want to put yourself in that position if you know that having to go through all of that, not only the physical trauma to your body, but also the kind of like the mental rounds that you go through with yourself whenever you go through something like that. I think it's more important to be safe regardless. It's different if you're in a monogamous relationship and you're with somebody for a long time and you both know each other's statuses and you make sure that you're taking care of yourselves on a regular basis. That's just me being real. But yeah, I don't think that it would change anything for me.
Yeah. What about you, Jason?
I will still continue to use protection, of course. I mean, there's a cure, and I know, for some people, I'm pretty sure there's someone out there, whether you're gay or straight, they're just gonna be like, "Oh, there's a cure, and I can fuck whoever I want, how I want, when I want," that type of thing. But for me, I mean, I've always practiced safe sex, so I'm not gonna sit there and just, from over the years learning everything I learned about safe sex and be like, oh, there's a cure for HIV and AIDS, so let me just dump everything that I've learned, over this past several years and, just do whatever,
Right.
So
Well,
no, I was
effectively, well, I was going to say effectively, though. I mean, if this it does turn out to be a cure that they're saying, it's going to, in a way, throw a lot of people who are like that, like you were saying, that just, now since AIDS and HIV is no longer a threat, everything else pretty much has a cure. I'm just going to go out and just, have great sex with
right.
a great abandon or whatever, like they did in the 70s and stuff like that. So I think it may actually create a new, I don't know, I'm saying an epidemic, like it's not going to create a new bug or something. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's going to create like a new, what's the word? Freedom, I guess, like there used to be in the 70s for gay people and heterosexual people as well, that there hasn't been since then because of AIDS. So I think that a lot of people will end up doing exactly what you said you wouldn't be doing, unfortunately.
Right, because people do that now, with PrEP. And I know we
Well, PrEP
discussed
is
this on
not
previous
100%
shows.
though. That's the thing. It's not.
Well, no, I
But you're
understand that, but
right.
some
Yes.
people treat it as if,
Right. You're right. They do.
you
Yes.
know,
Uh huh.
right. So yeah, so no, so to answer your question, no, I will still continue to practice it. Now I understand things happen, is and that type of thing. Things always happen, but now if something were to happen, yes, there's a cure where I can go and get a shot or take a pill or whatever the cure may happen to be. But for the most part, yes, I would definitely practice safe sex.
Good. Cool. Just curious.
That's good. So moving on. Now, here's the thing. So they uh they have released a movie called Birth of a Nation, okay? Now, anyone who doesn't know what Birth of a Nation is, it's a movie regarding slavery and, rights and, that type of thing. First of all, have any of you guys ever seen the movie?
Well, it's a
Have it
remake.
just came out recently. It's
No.
called Birth. Okay, have you seen the previews?
This is a remake, though.
No.
Okay. Oh, I didn't even know it was a remake. So I guess with the movie coming out, it first of all it tanked at the box office. It only made $7 million, which is horrible. Which it kind of is. But why do you guys think it did so bad? I kind of have my thoughts, but I want to know what you guys,
Every
what your
time
opinions
there's a
and
black
thoughts are.
movie about black people, unless there's some major person like Oprah Winfrey in it, even then she couldn't say beloved. If there is somebody, is black people in it, black people don't sell movies. Like what they always say in Hollywood. That's what they say. So that's what they always say.
Well, no, they came out with 12 Years a Slave, and that did wonderful.
But that was based on a book that was what the
Well,
hell?
and you have to remember that there was a lot of Oscar press around that movie, and there were big celebrities in that movie, not just
Everybody.
black celebrities.
Right.
Yeah, it was kind of
Right.
all kinds of people.
Right.
To be honest with you, probably I'm gonna say the first problem they have is that you just mentioned in this movie, and I've never heard of it. So
Right.
that
I didn't
probably
know.
says something
Donovan said,
about their marketing campaign, or maybe the
right.
budget that they had in order to do advertising. Were they getting the right press and able to promote the movie on the right channels? If they were only, going to black channels and black programming, obviously I guess I missed it. You know what I mean? So it's not really just about your target audience, but it's also about expanding from a marketing standpoint, expanding to all kinds of people, because I loved those type
Right.
of movies, but I didn't know anything of it.
Well, I mean, if you
Right.
know history of or African American history, you would know this story. I mean, because it is a very famous story, and it's about basically after all the civil war, not civil war. I'm sorry, they were afraid the blacks, the slaves were to rise up basically and take over. The whites were, and they were
Yeah,
fucking
no,
pissed
I mean, I'm
off.
familiar with that. I'm just saying I don't know this particular movie. I don't know when it came out. I don't know what the trailer looks like. I don't know what the poster looks like. I don't know who's in it. So
Well,
That's
what do
probably
you,
the
I mean,
first
I think it
problem.
also is probably marketing and that sort of thing as well. And they probably don't have the budget of some blockbuster film that most would have, and that's probably why
Right.
people don't know about them, which is unfortunate. But it's the case. So, but I think
Right. So
go ahead.
here's the things that I have seen for comments. Um, Me, I kind of have mixed reviews. Well, not, I'm gonna say reviews because I haven't seen it. I have mixed thoughts about what people are saying about the movie. First of
Did
all,
you
it
say you
seems
saw it or no?
no. I rephrased it because I said first I had mixed. I said I had mixed reviews, but then I changed it to mixed thoughts because I said I had never
Oh,
seen
okay.
it. Um, I feel like with this particular movie, they mainly advertised to mainly the black media outlets such as like BT, um,
Essence
Centric,
magazine, sure, yeah.
Essence Magazine, TV One.
Well, that's part of the
Um,
problem.
they they did a little bit on VH1
Mm-hmm.
and a little bit on MTV, but it wasn't much.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that was pretty much. I didn't see it like on Fox or CBS or anything like that. It was mainly,
It
you
doesn't even
know,
have to be that. I mean, it doesn't have to be that. It could be YouTube. It could be, think about all the places we see ads on
oh
a
yeah,
daily
yeah,
basis.
yeah,
It's not
yeah.
just TV.
I didn't. I mean, a lot of people, like you said, a lot of people go to YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and Twitter to promote, movies and stuff like that. I didn't see anything about that on any social media and websites. I didn't see anything about it on YouTube. Normally, like
Right.
when you log on to YouTube and they have that huge banner and they normally change with like various
Right. Sure.
things. Normally, if it's like a big movie, they will have a 30-second banner run up there and you can't
Well,
avoid it no matter
regardless,
how
I
many.
mean, it doesn't even have to be a big movie,
Right, right,
regardless. But continue
right.
with what
But
you were saying about your thoughts.
right. So here are my thoughts combined with what I've seen for people's comments. I've seen some comments where they say they're sick of seeing slave movies. They're sick of seeing. One person was like, "Well, I'm sick of seeing black people getting raped and whipped and you know
Mhm.
trampled on by some white man and that type of thing." And they was just like, "Well, we're already in a area where racism is already a touchy subject right now, so." Part of me was like, yeah, I can kind of see where they're coming from because I would have to partially agree with them. I Here's my thing, and correct me if I'm wrong, or if anyone is listening, feel free to call and correct me if I'm wrong. But I feel like white people love to see a good slave movie. I just feel like they just.
I don't think that's true
I
because
I
the
don't
box
think that's
office does
okay. Well,
not
true.
that may.
support that theory at all. The
Well,
box
I
office
don't know.
is.
I
I
maybe
And
that's
like
just
I
my
said about
thoughts. Maybe.
Beloved, if fucking Oprah Winfrey can't save a slave movie for God's sakes, Beloved did fucking horrible. I saw it with my friend when I was in the 90s and we saw it. We're like, what the fuck is this movie? It was horrible. So I mean, if she can't save a fucking slave movie, then who the fuck can? So
Right. Right. I
I just
mean,
think it
well, I
comes
mean,
down to like I want to see something more complex than just this particular genre of Black history,
like what?
and like slave movies, this particular genre of
No, I mean, what's more
Black history.
complex than? What do you mean? What like? Give me an
I
example.
want to see a story. It doesn't even have to be particularly Black history, but I want to see a movie that
Has a
maybe
black
complex
lead,
isn't
a
the right
black
word.
lead with just
Yeah,
having a life,
that maybe
basically.
complex isn't the right word,
Yeah,
but a movie that's a good movie,
right.
that's a great movie, that is Black based,
Mhm.
that it could either be nonfiction or fiction, or, could be real or not. That doesn't have anything to do with slavery,
Mhm.
and that could be part of the reason that a movie like this didn't do well is because just like Jason said, like people were saying in the comments, it's like do I really want to sit through another slavery movie?
So, do you think people feel
uh
that way about the Holocaust movies too? Oh my God, another
I don't.
Holocaust
I'm
movie. Oh my
sure.
God,
What
I
was
more
mean,
the
it
Jews
last
and
is a
Holocaust movie
Nazis.
that
Oh my
came out?
God. I mean, really? You think people feel that way too about that as well? I don't. I think there's a
Well, no, I
distinction
mean it's a
difference.
possibility, but how often do you see a Holocaust movie being released to the public in a
Uh,
movie theater?
a lot. Schindler's List. Hello, like a bazillion.
Okay,
There's like one every like 5 years. I'm not kidding.
okay. So Schindler's List came out like in the mid '90s,
But
late
there's been a
'90s.
million I've seen since then. Seriously, I mean, they come out all the
But
time
no,
and they do
what I'm saying
well.
is, but it's I don't know. I just
And
I
the black
just
ones
feel
don't.
like
I'm saying it's a racial thing. I think it's racial, but whatever.
no, I just it might be. I mean, it might be, but I'm